The knowledge system in BDO with all its details can feel quite overwhelming. It can be a huge time sink if you approach it inefficiently. I will teach you how much maximum energy you should aim for, which energy topics to prioritize, and how to organize your energy grind to save time. Energy, represented by this little arm, is a resource that simply refills over time. The character that is logged on refills 1 energy point every 3 minutes. There are buffs that make your energy refill faster, such as the Blessing of Kamasylve and Turning Gates. The first is a consumable item from the Pearl Shop, Loyalty Shop, Events or Attendance Rewards. The second is a buff you can buy from your Pearl Tent if you have a valid Villa invitation. Characters that are logged out only gain 1 energy per hour. If your current energy, the number on the left, is as high as your maximum energy, the number on the right, you can't store any more energy, but it goes to waste. To find out how much maximum energy you should have, you need to understand that overflowing energy is a waste of silver. The 5 most important users of energy are Lifeskills, Workers, Nodes, Amity, and Energy Potions. The life skills that require energy are first and foremost gathering, but also hunting and farming. They are all quite profitable. Hiring new workers at a Work Supervisor NPC costs 5 energy every roll. A professional worker costs more than 300 energy on average, while an artisan almost costs 2000 on average. There is a chance that each city could have different percentages, and not just Old Wisdom Tree. If you know anything about this, please share it in the comments. You can use energy to activate and deactivate nodes remotely if you are running a value pack. And you can invest energy into node levels. This is only recommended for monster zones. If you invest a total of 11,350 energy into a dangerous node, every 10th monster you kill will have a 50% higher chance at dropping rare items. Getting Amity with an NPC also requires energy, regardless of whether you're doing an Amity minigame or you're waving at them. Some things are gated by Amity, such as quests, particular pieces of knowledge and certain vendor items. The most basic way of periodically getting value out of your energy is by exchanging 200 of it for Energy Potions XL at Artisan the Alchemist. The Energy Potion XL is the best of its kind. It recovers 50 energy points with a 10 minutes cooldown. What sounds like a bad exchange rate is actually a nice way of transferring energy from your alts to your gathering main. This saves travel time or allows you to sell energy and buy energy through the central marketplace. And getting 1 potion per alt that's worth around 5 million silver every 8 to 9 days is really nice, considering you only have to create a character and log onto them once in a while. There are many more uses of energy in BDO, but these were the most important ones. I made a list for fun and I'm sure that there are many more uses that I couldn't think of. Let me know in the comments. Back to our topic, I believe everyone should have at least 210 energy to manifest Energy Potions XL. The 10 extra on top of the 200 are a buffer because you won't always be close to Artisan or logged on to do the exchange. This way, you have a bit of time before you start wasting energy. If you do gathering, you probably want to have more than 210 energy. 300 energy lets you gather most things for about 1 hour before you run out. That is with Karma Blessing, Turning Gates and Energy Potion XL. A larger energy pool is of course always useful. 400 or more lets you do 2 exchanges at Artisan and you don't have to switch between gathering and doing other things that often. In the 300 to 400 range, things start to get comfortable. You can actually calculate the ideal amount of maximum energy for you. Let's say the longest time that you're not at the PC is 10 hours. If you're not running any buffs, you refill 20 energy per hour. 10 hours times 20 energy per hour is equal to 200 energy. Add a bit of a buffer, and that's what your maximum energy pool should be. Coincidence, we are at 210 again. If you've got a Karma Blessing always running, the energy regeneration rate changes to 60 per hour. And that's 10 times 60 is equal to 600, and the buffer times 3, and you're at 630 maximum energy for the Karma Blessing. 629 is the current maximum energy pool size, so let's hope they increase it again soon. Anyway, you can do this kind of math with your AFK time and buffs and figure out the best maximum energy requirement for you. I think this calculation is particularly important because it tells you how the system of maximum energy applies to you. No other video I've watched on YouTube had this, so if you're getting value, please take a moment to like and subscribe. With the numbers out of the way and a clear goal in mind, let's look at how you can increase your maximum energy. Press H in-game. This opens the knowledge window. Each circle represents a category of knowledge and it gradually fills with a colorful border the more knowledge you have in that category. If the circle interface feels goofy, you can also navigate through the table in the bottom right, which is structured like you would expect from a table of contents in a book. It always tells you how much maximum energy you can gain from a subcategory and how much of it you have right now. Completed topics are blue. Note that some subcategories give you all of their energy even when you haven't completed all of their topics. Then there is no reason to complete them and you can move on to the next subcategory. The character category requires you to meet NPCs in-game. Topography is about discovering new places. Sea is just like topography, but you discover islands instead of nodes on the mainland. Ecology is about killing monsters and hoping to learn from that experience. Do not follow this approach if you want to get to know your romantic partner better. Adventure Journal is a mix of quests, dialogues, Amity Games, and interaction with objects. Watch out for quests with an open book icon, these give you knowledge. Academics is mostly Amity, but also dialogue, interaction, and a bit of quests. Lifeskill, learning the ropes of Black Desert and trade don't reward any energy, so you can skip these. I did promise you that I would tell you how to save time. First, you should know that character and topography are by far the easiest categories to complete. All you have to do is travel around and talk to people. And this also removes fog from the map. People you haven't met yet are represented by a question mark on your minimap. This is how you can find most NPCs immediately, especially in towns. If you talk to all question marks on your minimap, but there is still a question mark within your H tab, you can go to a website called BDO Codex. In the Database Knowledge tab, you have the same list in the very same order. If you're missing an NPC, say Sina, you can click on her link and you will find a map that shows her location. You can also use the website BDO Database for this. The links to both websites are linked below. Doing topography and character together is really efficient since every node has at least one node manager NPC, so you can feed two birds with one grain. And unlike in my last video in which I revealed the open secret about beer, it's not 5 grains this time. It's probably a good idea to start in Balenos, work your way down to Heidel, Calphion, and so on, in the same manner the main story sends you across the map. Earlier regions are more packed together, so they involve less travel time and you can get your initial energy faster. Ecology is the next best low-hanging fruit that is somewhat fast to complete. You can consider doing some ecology topics while you're in these areas from characters and topography. But you probably shouldn't do them all because it takes too long and there is AP/DP requirements to consider. Within the ecology category, I'd like to differentiate between topics with all monsters in the same place and those where the monsters are spread apart across different areas. For example, red orcs are all in one monster zone, while beasts live in totally different places, so we apply different tactics for each of them. Same place topics like red orcs are easy. At first you just kill anything you see. After a while you have some knowledge and an understanding about what's missing. And then you micro-target these mobs. I'm just using red orcs as an example, by the way, and never mind that I completed it already. Using the target function is a neat little trick to highlight the right monsters on your minimap. You navigate to the monster you need in the menu, click on it, and then this target button appears above. You click it once to activate targeting, and when you're done, you can click on it again to deactivate targeting. With spread apart topics like beasts, you benefit from doing a little bit of travel time optimization. Check all boxes of knowledge you already have on BDO Codex and open the links of the missing ones in a new tab. Then sort all the links based on where the monsters are, starting with the monsters that are closest to your current position. And this way, you don't have to travel from one end of the region to another just to go back again. There are several knowledge gain modifiers. The consumables are Simple Cron Meal, Surging Weenie Elixir, and Reliable Loony Elixir. Eye and ear accessories, as well as pets such as birds from the Pearl Shop, also increase your chance of gaining knowledge and your chance of obtaining higher grade knowledge. Monster knowledge comes in grades C to S. Higher grade knowledge has a bunch of advantages, but you'll have to wait for my ecology grind video since we're getting too detailed for a max energy guide. Note that some mobs can be quite tricky to get knowledge from. Maybe there aren't many of them on the map and they have a long respawn time. Then you should swap servers whenever you can. Or some mobs might follow special rules, for example the wicked cultist only spawns at night. Or certain crabs of the Valtara mountains only crawl out of the mother crab when you hit it, but instead of killing it, you have to leave it alive at a particular HP level. Make it a habit of reading the comment section on BDO Codex and BDO Database to learn about these details. And there is one hidden subcategory of ecology topics called fish species. You don't complete it by killing mobs, but by talking to the otters Holio, Thulo, and Jiro around Demai River. You need to have a bit of energy, exchange that for the knowledge pieces, and then you get +2 maximum energy. If you've completed all of the characters and topography topics, and most of the ecology topics within your APDP range, the next best thing is probably C. Get your own boat or ask a friend or guildie with a boat to take you. And then you can do adventure journal and academics if you still want more energy. For the Amity Games and academics, I recommend transferring a fast horse from your main character to one alt character after the other. If you approach it like this, you can do an academic session once every 2 weeks with a lot of energy. Speaking of Amity Games, in 2 years of playing BDO, I never learned how to do Amity Games properly. Of course, I still get Amity topics done. If you are interested in my approach, please wait for a new video on that subject. About the adventure journals, some of the topics will be completed anyway from the main quest. Keep track of which crossroad quests you picked so you can do the others when you repeat the main story on an alt. The beginner area adventure journals felt easier than the later ones, some of which I haven't completed yet. By tendency, the topics that take place inside libraries also tend to be easy. And make sure you have all quest types active so you don't miss out on any knowledge quests. If you press O and all the icons here are golden, you're golden. Last but not least, I have 3 bonus tips for you. If you have alts that are idle at places like Artisan or a Work Supervisor NPC, they can equip shoes with 2 crystal slots and Magic Crystal of Infinity energy inside. This increases their max energy by +20, but they can't wear things like Lifeskills clothes. So this is really just for idle alts. You can eat whale meat salad or fresh whale meat salad to get a temporary +10 or +20 max energy in addition to life EXP. Or you can place a book furniture from the Pearl Shop or event rewards into your residence and press R on an alt to read it. While your alt is reading, you can switch characters and repeat this for other alts. After 1 hour, you get 1 random knowledge for each alt that's reading. If you're unlucky, you receive knowledge you already have and then it won't do anything. But you might just as well get lucky and receive something rare like Garmoth S rank. The only downside is that you can't shut down the game or go to character selection, or the reading will be cancelled. And you can't swap channels until you switch back to the alts and remove them all from the book. But it's really nice to semi-AFK some of your knowledge grind, especially if you cook or process all day anyway. That's it for this video. Remember, if this helped you on your journey, comment, like and subscribe. See you in the next video or stream and have fun.